My name is Vicky and I'm a Drive to Survive fan. Yes guys, I'm a Drive to Survive fan and I'm proud to say it. Being a Drive to Survive fan is surrounded with so much stigma, so much hate.
There's so
As
much
if
hate in this
Liberty
world.
Media didn't make Drive to Survive to attract more fans to F1. Anyway, this is my first video on this channel and I just wanted to, just show what I like about the sport and yeah. So let's get into it. How did I get into the sport? Obviously, I've said I got into the sport through Drive to Survive. Shout out to one of my very, very closest friends, Abby. She's the one who put me on to Drive to Survive. The type of person who I can never watch new things. I'm always repeating the same old things over and over again. Some people might say it's boring, but that's just how I am and I've accepted it, So I went and watched the first episode. Liberty Media did the thing. They knew what they were doing by putting Daniel Ricciardo as the first episode because they had me hooked like this. And I never turned back. Honestly, I never did. What driver do I support, you might ask? Current driver lineup? I am supporting Lance Stroll because Daniel Ricciardo was fired.
I'm just literally on the verge of a mental breakdown.
Guys, let me tell you, last season was literally the most stress I've ever had in my life because I used to go into a race weekend with so much hope. Oh, today is the day that Daniel will actually show people that he is able to overcome this big, huge, gigantic slump he was in. And it never happened. But yeah, currently I'm supporting Lance Stroll. And you might ask me why. I just like being unique. I don't know. Lance is such a misunderstood person. I don't understand why people hate him so much. Yes, he's rich, but it's not his money, it's his dad's money. And some people might say, oh, he just has this seat because of his dad, but I truly believe that Lance Stroll is talented. I truly believe that he can surprise people out there, and hopefully this season with the new Aston Martin, the way it's looking amazing, he'll be able to show his potential, and I believe in him, and that's why I'm rooting for him this season. Yeah, apart from that, obviously I'm a Daniel fan, will always be a Daniel fan. People will say, oh, Daniel fans are so delusional. Let me be delusional. That man is talented and he is still yet to show a lot, Have you guys seen that clip of him singing Iris? Get out, get out, get out. Next up in my list, I have a list here of all the things I want to say. Favorite drivers moments. And one thing that also grasped my attention and made me want to follow this sport was the drivers' personalities, which was brought out in Drive to Survive, but then also after Drive to Survive I was searching. You see the way you can watch a series and you're looking up the cast? I was searching interviews and stuff on YouTube, and there are so many moments that just made me fall in love with this sport. And one of them was the video of Lewis Hamilton saying,
"Stop crying, man, get back on the track."
That moment, amazing, top tier. Another driver moment that I love is when Michael Schumacher was storming down the paddock to go and fight David Coulthard.
He throws his steering wheel out of the cockpit with every good reason you can understand his fury, because he's now effectively lost the chance of taking the world championship lead. And what is he up to? He's storming down the pit lane, presumably. Look at him. He's saying, I'm going to the stewards. James, can you enlighten us? He's going to Coulthard. He's going to have it out with David Coulthard.
Obviously it's a very intense moment, but it's it's given birth to so many memes on Twitter, and that's why I love it. Another moment I love, when Charles obviously crashed and he started saying,
I'm black, I'm yellow.
Stupid. Hi, I'm stupid.
and I relate to that clip so much in so many aspects of my life, and it just gives me life. Another driver moment I love is the interview Carlos and Lando did with the milk, and they were doing fast laps with Martin Brundle behind. Was it Martin Brundle? No, it wasn't Martin Brundle. What's that guy's name? Johnny Herbert, sorry. I didn't know his name. Let me just be honest. I forgot his name. I am still in the process of knowing people, guys. I've been watching this sport for literally just 3 years now. So take a chill pill, please. I really like Carlos and Lando's friendship, and that interview just sums it up in like a few minutes. I started watching this sport when it was during the pandemic, so the Twitch quartet was like active at that time. Everyone was like live streaming on Twitch. It was George, Charles, Lando and Alex, and like one of my favorite moments was
I'm coming on your camera, mate. Yo, what?
like that moment, top tier. One of my favorite moments was in Baku 2021 when it was the restart after the red flag and Lewis Hamilton literally just drove past straight into that corner.
Hamilton takes it away, but he lost him, and he's lost it.
That clip, it's just so good. It's just so good, and it never fails to make me laugh. What team do I support? Now, this is a very loaded question because ever since I entered the sport, obviously I did like Daniel, but I started supporting McLaren because like they were also like on the rise. They were a very strong midfield team, and like the driver pairing was amazing chemistry, and like the team was just good vibes all around, you know. And so I was a big fan of theirs. As much as I was rooting for Daniel every race, I was also rooting for McLaren to win as well. And then when Daniel moved to McLaren, it was even better news for me because I'm like, yes, my favorite driver going to my favorite team. Yes, please, let's get into it, you know. And we all know what happened after that. I don't need to elaborate further because unfortunately I dropped McLaren. Just the way they dropped Daniel. Sorry, not sorry. Because the disrespect. Yes, I understand. Daniel was not performing. It was giving me high blood pressure. The fact that they made him post that he is so committed to the team while they were in the background talking to Oscar about signing him. Like snakes, if you ask me. It's giving snake. Anyway, yeah. So currently I'm not supporting any team. I don't have a favorite team, but if you want to ask me who I'm rooting for this season, I'm definitely rooting for Aston Martin, just because I'm also rooting for Lance Stroll. Like, can we just get one season when there's actually competitiveness in the sport, like 2021-ish, I guess. My favorite team principals, I really like Andres Seidel. Even in that whole McLaren saga, he was very like civilized, unlike some other people. I also like Fred. I don't know how to say his second name. Vasseur. He's such a chill guy and he's so funny.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
When he was a team principal of Alfa Romeo, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his name, and people started calling me out because he's like apparently such an iconic guy. And from then on, I really loved him. My favorite seasons. First of all, my favorite season of all time was, I think, 2020, because it's the season I got into the sport. It was such a good season. It had like amazing race. Do you guys remember the Turkish Grand Prix in 2020? When Lance Stroll was on pole, guys.
Position, Stroll crosses the line, and he does go pole. 1:47.7. Lance Stroll is on pole.
It gives me such a nostalgic feeling just thinking about it. My next favorite season was 2016 because drama. If you know me, you know I live for drama, and I love it. I love that episode. I love that season because Nico and Hamilton were literally, Nico and Sir Lewis were literally on each other's necks. And the fact that someone actually beat Lewis in equal machinery, I mean, King Nico Rosberg, if you ask me. Lewis Hamilton, greatest of all time, but can he ever say he defended the championship from Nico Rosberg? No, he can't, because Nico ran away like a king. Yeah. And my third favorite season was definitely 2021. Tell me a season when the last race, both drivers have the same points. Like F1 heaven right there. I know it's a bit controversial talking about Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is like a sore topic for some people.
I will delete and block you. I don't care the relationship with me you have. I will just block you.
My top 3 F1 races, I have, first of all, the best F1 race I've ever watched, Hockenheim 2019, because the story of Seb getting from P20 to P2, Hülkenberg almost getting his first podium but having a DNF, the whole fiasco of Mercedes doing the clownery in the pit stop. As in, it was just a giving race. It gave and I received. My second favorite will be, obviously, Baku 2017. Daniel Ricciardo won. First of all, he started, I think, P13, and he had a brake issue at the start of the race, and he ended up winning, and he made like 2 very iconic overtakes. That race also, Bottas was literally like was lapped, like he was 2 laps behind because he had like a puncture at the start of the race, and he ended up being P2, and then P3 was Lance Stroll on the podium in his rookie season. Yeah, it gave us that moment when Sebastian Vettel drove into Lewis Hamilton.
When did I do dangerous driving then?
How can you even do that, Seb? I miss Seb, man. Safety car after safety car after safety car, literally 1 lap safety car. And finally, Monza 2020. Ooh!
Red Bull, he went to Renault, he's gone to McLaren, he's going to get the victory now. It's McLaren and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix.
Guys, obviously I'm gonna say Monza 2020. That was the best race. First of all, we had come from a depression stage. Daniel Ricciardo fans were depressed, and literally during Friday qualifying, Lando had out qualified Daniel by like, I don't know, milliseconds, I don't know, microseconds. It was so painful. It was so painful. And then the sprint came, and it was just the gift that they kept on giving. Monza 2020, amazing race. McLaren won too. Favorite F1 creators, I don't know if Lizzie McIntosh is a creator. Like, she's definitely more on the journalistic side of things, and she is like a presenter with F1 TV, right? The way she shines the light on like issues about women in like motorsport and stuff. I love her. Stan Lizzie McIntosh, honestly. I loved WTF1. There was this whole discourse of people hating WTF1 for no reason. I don't know why people hated them, but they were a very good like starting point for me as a fan, because they had these videos explaining like different aspects of the car and the race and stuff, like understeer, oversteer, you know, things that normal people wouldn't just know, you know. So when they moved to P1 with Marty and Tommy, I moved with them. Like, WTF1 is just not giving the same, you know. Sorry, I just had to unsubscribe, guys. I tried to stick with them, but like WTF1 was Marty and Tommy, and that's just the truth. I also love Tomo, previously known as Tomo F1, also a very good channel that's a starting point for new fans. I love She Loves F1 on TikTok. She gets so much slack for no reason. Like, let the woman live. She's giving us what we want. I also love Reserve Drivers. Now, Reserve Drivers are not very consistent with their content, like on YouTube and stuff, but they are very, very funny. Favorite presenters in F1. Honestly, we all know him, we all love him. Martin Brundle, the king of presenting in F1.
I'll give you a lucky nipple tweak. I haven't done that for... Ow!
First of all, he always states facts. He's always savage. He has very little to no bias. We have no choice but to stand Martin Brundle. Another one, Will Buxton, obviously. He's always out here stating facts.
I mean, this is huge. Whoever comes first in this race will win the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yes, state them facts, king, because we need to know and get them back. Next, we have Rachel Brooks. I love Rachel Brooks. She exudes such a, I don't know, like you just always want to listen to her speaking. I just love her. Obviously, we love David Croft. He is very much, I don't even know how he's able to commentate like that. How are you able to think of words that fast and it's so like clean and crisp? Okay, I know sometimes he gets a bit confused, but he's only human, you know. Who else could have come up with it's lights out and away we go? No one but David Croft. So big up to you, David Croft. And last but not least, Ted Kravitz.
My back, and then we'll just feel what that would be. Okay, so this is an extra 80 kilos. And so I'm...
First of all, I love Ted's Notebook. Amazing stuff. Especially if you've not had the time to watch FP1, FP2 and stuff. He does an amazing job of summing things up. And he's also given us amazing memes from the Notebook. But like, I know there's some things he's said that are very like, you know, questionable, like when he was saying Ferrari won with the wrong car. Excuse me, Ted? Obviously he's a journalist, he's a presenter, he's gonna say things to stir things up, to get people talking. That's his job. And then this is a special segment for my favorite Martin Brundle moments. He's always giving us content. Like every race weekend, we'll definitely have something from Martin. And my first favorite moment is the time when he was following Esteban and calling him, and Esteban was just clearly ignoring him.
Esteban. He's not listening.
Like, Esteban, it's Martin Brundle, you better answer. The moment when he was competing with this lady to talk to Felipe.
There's a lady here who's going to try and outbreak me because she's obviously from another TV, but we don't normally have the... Felipe, how is it out there? How's the track?
You can't outbreak Martin Brundle. And then lastly, my favorite Martin Brundle moment of all time was when he said this comment to Christian Horner.
It's just a shame you're too old to have driven here, really.
I am too old to have driven here, but...
you would have liked it.
Yeah. Shame you wasn't fast enough to get to Formula 1.
This is a Martin Brundle Sun account, if I've already not made it clear enough. Yeah, if you like the video, please subscribe. And like equals one prayer for Daniel Ricciardo.